And that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be around people that you admire. Like, you have to be around people that you admire. You have to be around people who are doing better than you. Like, in whatever aspects. Like, maybe they're not doing better than you financially, but maybe they're doing better than you mentally, or maybe you love their ambition. Maybe you admire them for, you know, how they treat their family. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it may not be everything, but it's the the goal is growth. The goal is always trying to improve and always trying to get better. And when I reflect on the few people that I know in real world, like, he's the first person that I can think of who's doing better than me entrepreneurial wise, doing better than me physically, like wellness and, you know, and shape wise, gym wise, nutrition wise. I told y'all he's vegan. He's been vegan for like 10 plus years. Uh, he travels a lot. Like, I want to travel. You know, he's just and on top of that, he's just a really good person. So he's really smart. So, you know, I miss being around that energy. You know, having that influence in my life. So even though, like, yes, I want to finish losing my weight. It's more than just that. Like, you have to pay people for their time. Like, if you're someone who's always trying to get something out of somebody for free, like, cut it out. Like, stop thinking that people owe you stuff for free. They don't. Like, nobody owes you shit. Because there are so many people I'll see on. I don't know. I was loading a video on Twitch, not Twitch, Threads. And you know how, like, if you're loading a video, like, sometimes, at least on my Threads, it takes a while for some odd reason. So, and you can't close the app. Like, with any app, like, you can't close it. You have to just let it do its thing. So as I'm letting the video load, I'm like just scrolling through my timeline. And I've seen some girl post, I don't know who these people are. I don't even know why they're showing up on my feed. Like, I don't even follow half the people that be on my feed. I don't know how it knows or thinks that I would be interested in what they're talking about. But anyways, this girl was like, why are people always trying to gatekeep? If you really want to help people, you would help them for free. Why are you always trying to sell your books or your ebook? It was like something ignorant. And I was just like, so someone's supposed to take time out of their day and, you know, give stuff away for free when they worked years, months, whatever amount of time into mastering their craft and learning as much as they can, and you think you're entitled to that for free? Like, and then, like, I was reading the comments, like, there are so many people agreeing with her, and I'm like, you can tell, like, they are clearly not an entrepreneur. Like, they are clearly not an entrepreneur. Like, if you're doing it right, business wise, like, you'll give away stuff for free. Like, a lot of entrepreneurs give away a lot of content for free. We've talked about this. Like, there's so much free content on, you know, that an influencer is constantly giving out for free. But at the same time, we all have bills. Like, so no one's supposed to. They're not supposed to pay their light bill. They're not supposed to pay their rent. They're not supposed to pay their car payment. They're not supposed to put food on the table. They're not supposed to do none of that. They're just supposed to give away, like, literally every single thing for free, and you're supposed to feel entitled to that. Like, that, the mindset of some people is just fucking crazy. But back to what I was saying, like, you have to pay people for their time and their value that they add to your life. Like, so, like, I just listed off all the things, like, he added so much value to my life. And, you know, he got me thinking about things differently when I was, you know, interacting with him. So I'm like, okay, I think I need that back in my life. Like, you know, I think I need that back in my life. And like I said, like, when I think about real world, I don't know too many people, but he's literally like the only person I can think of that I really admire. Like, and he's not even on some trying to be worth $100 million. Like, those aren't his goals. Those are my goals. Those aren't his goals. He's just, you know, he just wants to provide, like, you know, a stable environment for him and his wife and his kids. Like, you know, he's comfortable with running his business and then having, like, a lot of time to spend with his family. Like, that's what he wants. Those things, I don't really want that. I mean, I do want to spend time with my family, but I just want more than that. But that's neither here nor there. Either way, he's, you know, like I said, he's very, like, financially intelligent. He travels a lot to, like, places I wouldn't even think of. He's been so many places, and, you know, he really prioritizes his health and wellness, and I just need that energy back in my life. Like I need to be around someone who, I aspire to be like, who I admire, who I think. And of course, this is me looking on the inside. I don't know what goes on in his personal life, but I'm just saying, like, y'all feel me. Your environment is everything, and it's important to be around people who are doing better than you. And he's the first person I could think of. Yeah, he's the only person I can think of that I know in real world. So, I'm excited about it. I'll let y'all know like what happens because like I said, I don't know what his prices are these days. I don't know if it's affordable for me at this moment. So, I'm just gonna, be hopeful. Even if we just do like check-ins, I'll take that. Like I'll take anything that I can get in my price range. You know what I mean? But I do think that I need to interact with somebody who's doing better than me. And he's that person. So, in multiple aspects, like it's going to be beneficial to me in more than just health and wellness wise. So, yeah. Focus on that. And, also understand like not everybody, like I was saying with him, like you don't have to, all your values don't have to align. Like we're all different. We all believe different things. We all want different things. So if you're around people who, I just feel like you should make an effort to be around people who are doing better than you without feeling intimidated. Because if you feel intimidated or if you start to feel envious, then that just shows a lack of your mental health. And that's not even like trying to like talk down on you or anything. It's just you have more work to do because like I said, like that should inspire you. You should never, everyone has I think jealousy is a normal trait to an extent. Like there's nothing wrong with wanting what someone else has. Like let's say your best friend is married and you want a husband. Like there's nothing wrong with you wanting that too. There's not like that's normal. And so I think people would be like, "Oh, but I think that's considered jealousy." Not jealousy. I think it's considered like slight envy. But it shouldn't be to the point where you're wishing bad for them or you can't even be happy for them. You can't celebrate them. You're talking down on them. Like you're trying to make them feel less than. That's when it's like you need to work on yourself because that is not normal. Like that right, well actually it is normal. Like a lot of people are like that. It shouldn't be like that's not okay is the point. Like it shouldn't be that way. You should be mentally strong enough. That's why I talk about mental health a lot. You should be mentally strong enough to see what someone's doing and you that energy that you have of slight envy, that should be like inspiring you and showing you that hey, if they can do it, I can do it too. Like if you're, let's say you want to lose weight and your friend has lost a lot of weight, you shouldn't be looking at her like fuck that bitch and I can't stand her and like have all these negative emotions. It should be pushing you like wow, like she lost all the weight, like I'm so proud of her. I know she worked really hard for that, and I want to be like that. Like I want to get to the point where I can lose that weight too. I'm gonna, be around her more and listen to like what she's done and get some of that energy so I can apply that to my life, but still support her on her weight loss journey. Like still be there for her, still root for her, give her a round of applause. Like, you know what I mean? Because some people feel like if they compliment you, that's gonna make you even more better than I don't know. Like it's I've never see that's where it's like it's hard for me to understand. Like I have experienced envy from other people to where they have talked down on me, to where they have tried to make me feel like I'm not shit, to where they have bullied me. Like so I can't understand it to that extent. Like I have tried, I have watched YouTube videos on it because I'm someone like I really want to understand so I can be more empathetic, but I have not, it hasn't been to the point where it's like, oh fuck that bitch. You know what I mean? Like it hasn't been like that deep, but so many people struggle with the spirit of envy to that degree. Like there have been situations in my life where I've seen someone doing something that I also want to do, and I'm like, dang, like why is it not working for me? But never to the point where I'm trying to like sabotage them or tear them down or make them feel like they're not shit. That's where it's like I'm I don't understand that part, but it is normal to see somebody doing something and you want that for your own life. There's nothing wrong with that. That's healthy. That means that you aspire to be like that. That's growth. That's a good thing. Like you should see what someone else is doing or what someone else has accomplished and be like, I want that for my life too. Like, and then the healthy thing is, what did they do so I can do it too? What do I need to change about myself so that I can achieve those things too? Right? So back to the weight loss example, like if your friend lost a lot of weight, and you talk to her and you're like, I want to lose weight too. Like I see you on your shit, like you look so good. Like pay her compliments, give her props, like root her on. Like she worked for that. Like she did that. Like don't be on something. Fuck that bitch, and I hope she gained it all back, and I ain't fucking with her no more. Don't be on that. So if anything, and that's the thing. Like some people are so immature that they can't even see the blessing that's right in front of them. The fact that you are close to someone, or you can reach out to someone. Like how many people like do so well that they're no longer even reachable. Like you can't even contact them if you wanted to. The fact that you have someone that you can reach out to and connect with who looks at you as a friend, like that's a blessing within itself, because now you have someone within reach that can teach you something so that you can achieve that for yourself. That's a blessing. But there are so many people who are immature who would look at that like, oh, I don't want her help. She can't help me. I don't want to be her friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like with my trainer, like I told you, he travels a lot. Like, if I was a immature person, I'd be like, fuck them, I don't need their help. But when I'm ready to travel, when I have my money up, he's gonna be able to teach me how to travel and not spend as much money or whatever, like to get the best deals or to figure out stuff or what apps or what websites he uses to get more bang for his buck. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I'm not in the travel world, so I don't know these things. I don't know websites that give you the deals and discounts. You feel me? So, like, you gotta, if you struggle with that, like, you really gotta look within yourself, because that's insecurity. You are insecure about yourself. And when someone's light is shining that bright, it's not even them, it's you, because it highlights where you lack and you can't handle that. And instead of you trying to work on that, you tear them down. And that's not okay. So that's why it's insecurity. That's why it's not even you're not even mad at them, you're mad at yourself. But you don't want to take accountability for the life that you live. So it's easier for you to just project how badly you feel about yourself. It's easier for you to just project it onto that person. That's the problem. So, and that's not okay. So you have to work on yourself. And like I said, like I've been on the receiving end of that envy before, and it I don't even know. See, that's where I don't know people realize that they're doing it. I'm not going to sit here and say that the few people who have treated me like that woke up in the morning with the intention of, how can I make her cry today? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's like that, but I think sometimes people don't even realize that that's how they're making that person feel. Like, they're gonna some people may look at it and be like, I didn't even say anything, I didn't even do anything. But you're literally belittling them. You're literally not even celebrating them for how hard they've worked. And then some people, like, they don't even know all of the shit you go through behind closed doors. They don't even know what you've come from. Like, and that's why I talk to y'all, like, I used to really drink a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really used to drink every single day. Like, I literally used to cry damn near every single day. Like, I literally was self medicating myself with food and alcohol and weed. Like, I was really depressed. I never used to smile. Like, now I always got a fucking smile on my face. So, from the outside looking in, you might just be like, oh, she's just always happy. But you don't even know, like, half of what I've gone through, how depressed I was, and how much work I put in mentally to get to the point where now I'm smiling every day and now I believe in myself. Like, some people, you'll never understand that. But instead of them trying to understand me and, figure out, what I've come from so they can, have the same results or better results, they will instead dehumanize me or you or whatever. Like, they'll literally make you feel like you're irrelevant. They'll make you feel like you are not significant. Like, people will do that. So, I, along my journey, have isolated myself even more because it's like, if I can't be around people who have a positive mindset, who know how to praise someone who's doing well, like how I am able to, who are just a real good, genuine person, then I'll just be by my fucking self. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will just be by my fucking self, then continue to subject myself to that type of energy. And I'm not sitting here saying everyone's like that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just sharing with you the experiences that I've had with people. And then, at the time I didn't recognize what it was, but now I do. So when I start to sense those vibes, then now I know, like, okay, that's what this is. So let's remove ourselves before it gets even deeper. Like, people have been killed over that stuff. Like, that stuff is real. Like, envy is real. Like, and that's why I said I don't even know if the people who are doing it, I don't even know if they know that they're doing it to that extent. I don't know if they know how much they're hurting someone, like a friend of theirs, when they're treating them like this. I don't know if they're even conscious of it. So, it is what it is, but always, that's why it's best to just try to be around people who are doing better than you, because then they're not going to treat you like that. Like, and not just better than you financially, because there are people who can have more than you financially, but in their mind, they're not better than you. So they may still project that negative energy. But, like, if you can have someone who you can see and tell, like, okay, they're mentally stable, right? That's number one. They're mentally stable. That's key. And then two, they have all these other traits that you admire about them. Those are the people you should be around. Not people who, and see, that's the thing I noticed with the people who have done that to me. They are lazy. They don't have ambition. They don't have goals. So those are the type of people who treated me like that. So therefore, I know, like, when I'm interacting with people and getting to know people, you know, if I ask you, like, what are your goals? They don't have any. Or, if they're broke but not hustling to make a way, if there's someone who just loves getting handouts from people, like, the character traits of certain types of people, right? So I have done a better job in my life by recognizing certain things. Like, if I'm an ambitious person, I can't be around someone who has no go, who has no drive. That's going to create envy, because people want that, but they are not willing to work on themselves so that they can be that. They would rather just hate, right? So I know now, like, if someone is not ambitious to a certain extent, like, people have ambitions for different things. You don't have to be ambitious in running a business for me to, be your friend. You could be ambitious in other things. Maybe your ambition is taking care of your kids and giving your kids the best life that you can. That's a great trait. That's wonderful. Maybe your ambition is building your career and, trying to get a new degree or, a new certification so that you can, advance in your career. That's a great ambition. Maybe your ambition is losing weight, like, getting into the best shape of your life, fixing your health. That's great. Like, we all have ambitions towards different things, different aspects of life. So that's the difference. Like, they have to be ambitious with something. They have to want more of something. They have to have drive for something. If they have no drive to do nothing, then I can't be friends with you because that doesn't fit where I'm trying to go. You get what I'm saying? So it's learning. You have to learn that too on your journey. Like, everybody doesn't want the same thing as you, and that's fine. But then you just have to realize you're probably going to end up outgrowing them. And when you outgrow people, that's also where that starts to form because they see you doing big things. They see you changing your life and they're not changing. And then, like, your values just no longer align. Like, you want this, they don't want that. You I was watching this video yesterday and he made a very good point. He was talking about if all you can talk about with that person is the past, they're not supposed to be in your future. Like, if you have friends from high school or college, whatever, and every time you guys get up, you're just talking about old times. Like, literally, that's all y'all talk about. It's one thing to just reflect and laugh, right? That's different. But if all you guys can talk about is the past because you both don't have the same goals, similar goals, then they're not meant to be your friends forever. Like, you shouldn't be living in the past. You should be living in the moment and, improving yourself so that you can do better in the future. So I thought that was a pretty good point that he made in his YouTube video. I really like that. So just some things on my mind. Yeah, I'm just really trying to get around people who are doing better than me in, all aspects or different aspects, whatever. Like, I do want to get out of my bubble. I talked to y'all about that, get out of my shell. So I just have to be more selective with the people that I do choose to interact with so I don't experience, because it's not fun being on the receiving end of that. Like, it's not fun. And if you don't have thick skin, like, people can really make you feel like you're not shit. Like, there are some people who will literally try to break your confidence. And like I said, I don't even know if they're doing it on purpose or not. I don't even know. They may not even, like I said, they may not even be conscious of the fact that they're doing that. But that's not for you to discern. It's just for you to know, like, okay, I can't fuck with this person. Like, they don't make me feel good. Ask yourself, how do you feel when you finish interacting with them? Do you feel happy, motivated, inspired, positive, or do you feel drained, frustrated, insecure, depressed? That'll tell you everything you need to know. If you're feeling good and then you interact with them, you're feeling uneasy, anxious, nervous, they're not someone you're supposed to be around. You'll know you're supposed to be around that person because they make you feel at ease. You don't feel anxiety. You don't feel like you're not shit. You know what I mean? So focus on how they make you feel, not what they say. That's the key. And that'll tell you everything you need to know. People can tell you a million lies, but your feelings, your intuition, that does not lie. So, yep, yep, yep.